Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Firefly Tarot, and welcome to our weekly pick a card. So, well, weekly-ish. So what do you need to know this week? Just any advice or guidance messages for only this week in your energy. So we have the 4 groups here, and I will show you each one because it's a little, I think it's a little hard to see. But we are using as a secondary deck, I'm going to use the Affirmators Tarot. I don't know if I'm saying that right. So yes, remember please that this is a general reading, and personal readings with me are currently still on holiday sale for 15% off. The link is always in the comments or the description. So we have here group number 1. This is Peacock, or you can't really see that, but there are different colors. It's pretty cool. Okay, so that's group number 1. We have group number 2, the pyrite. Yeah, I didn't realize how much there's going on the back of these cards. We have group number 3, amethyst. And then we have group number 4, I believe this is orange calcite. Okay. I'll show you again just in case you need, but you can always pause the video. So again, group number 1, peacock, or group number 2, pyrite. Group number 3, amethyst. And group number 4, orange calcite. Okay, so take as much time as you need. You can pause like I said, and whenever you are ready, I will see you at your reading. Hey guys, this is the reading for those of you who chose group number 1, peacock or. So actually I'm just going to get one piece of advice first, and then I'll kind of switch between the decks. Let me see if I can shuffle these. Spirit, this reading is for group number 1, please, peacock or. What is your first piece of advice for them only for this week? Just any advice before we get the messages and the predictions, please. Group 1, thank you. Okay, so shiny. Okay, so we have the 4 of Wands. In this depiction, it does look like you are just living your best life, you know, trying to find that joy, but especially trying to find some type of rest as well. This is, to me, different than the 4 of Swords kind of rest, where they're just, I think they're literally in some, it looks like a tomb or something, but here, this is actually a very pleasant kind of energy. There's a feeling of being home and just, again, restful, really kicking back. I think this is soda or something. Just doing something that you enjoy. So I feel like for you guys, that is essentially the whole reading. That's the advice, is to try to find that energy no matter what is happening in your week. So let's keep going. I'm going to get the Rider Tarot, and then, yeah. Spirit, can you tell us, though, what do they need to know in terms of just advisories this week? Spirit, moving forward into this week, what energies are coming towards group number 1, peacock or, thank you. What's coming to them this week? Oh my God, that kind of scared me. Why does it still scare me after all this time? 4 of Wands again, okay. This is a very beautiful energy. To have it twice is really, I would say, quite significant. So I feel that there is going to be a feeling of home for you this week. So this is depending on your situation, of course, but this is either going to be just with yourself, by yourself in your own soul, or of course it could be with someone else that is close to you. There could be a close friend, family member, romantic partner, even, you know, an acquaintance of some sort for you guys, where there is a feeling of peacefulness and having this stable foundation, having harmony. So harmony is a big word, is a big vibration for you this week. Again, I think it starts from just within yourself, that harmony, and that inner harmony that you are manifesting and then embodying is definitely going to spill over into your situation. So again, that is the advice. That's the first piece of advice, that if you want a peaceful week, if you want to have that really bright, balanced energy, you are going to have to create that first. And, you know, if you're not sure how exactly to do that, you can just really channel some of these images and these feelings. It feels like here almost like a vacation feeling. And I suppose we are kind of like our best selves if we're just, you know, relaxed and away from it all. So I don't know, try to find that inner peacefulness energy Some of you are going to have to also put your energy forward towards a situation or a person. So what that could look like is you're extending yourself, you're initiating something, whether it's conversation, whether it's to work together and have some type of peace. If there was a bigger conflict, it even could be something like extending your hand. I don't know if it has to do with like an argument, so maybe someone apologizes here, but there's some extending of yourself that you're doing, again, either towards the situation or the person. So yes, there's a little bit of light action taking here, but again, if you are in this energy of the Four of Wands, this will not be a problem for you, okay? So it'll actually end up quite it'll end up very positively for you. Spirit, what else do they need to know this week? Group number 1. What's coming? What energies? Okay, see, I don't know what... I don't know if this is a planetary thing for you guys, but this is really an amazing, peaceful, harmonic energy that I rarely ever see all in a row here. So it feels very light and fluffy, very fuzzy, you know. It's great, you know. I mean, they are showing me, I think, even like a day-by-day basis here. It kind of feels like this is Wednesday. Not that it really matters, because this, I think, is the whole week for you. So as you can see, again, you are working together with someone. Again, if that doesn't resonate, you know, it could be that you're really in harmony with yourself. It just depends on your, you know, what your focus is on right now. But there is this harmony with another person or with you where you are driving forward due to this harmony. You know, you are able to take steps forward if that's what you were working on. Or, you know, even just like being present with this feeling of joy and brightness. There's also advanced communication here, which is, I think, ironic, isn't it? I think we're heading into the Mercury retrograde, if I'm not mistaken, right? And that messes up communication. But here, it's for some reason the total opposite. Maybe you're already savvy to that sort of a thing, and maybe you've already protected yourself against some kind of chaos or whatnot. But they said something about advanced communication here. So you, and either with yourself or someone else, are completely vibing high and just making things clear. There's a mutual understanding, there's compassion. Yeah, so the letter R could also be significant because they showed me the red roof, which is on both cards. Okay, anything else that they need to know? Anything else that's coming? They're not showing anything else except this. It's almost as if like your outer world could completely be in this storminess and it doesn't matter to you. I don't know if that's true or not, but you don't care about that. Like, you're just living your best life. You're being in your best energy. You're absorbing the blessings that are all around you. Okay, so Queen of Swords is here. Again, this does feel like some sort of communication. It feels, you know, someone here is just being very direct and truthful and making whatever it is clear that they've needed to make clear for a while. And then we have the Lovers and the Two of Cups at the bottom. You know, I don't really lean towards love readings just because, you know, whatever, that's not really my thing, I guess. I try to just figure out what each person is going through. So, yeah, I mean, this could be talking about that for a lot of you, I suppose. But again, whatever kind of unconditional loving energy this is, it's still here. I don't know if something happened in the past that kind of caused some heartache issue. It doesn't mean it was with the same person. It could have been just something you experienced. But again, it's the same message. It's essentially the same message over and over again, except this one we see balance, harmony, love, the brightness in the sky. So I don't know. I mean, it kind of feels like it kind of almost feels too good to be true energy, and maybe that's what you're thinking right now. Like, what is this lady talking about, right? So here, okay, I'm really starting to get freaked out even more. Look at that, the King and Queen of Swords. So clearly, there is this incredibly powerful soul connection, either with yourself or someone else. It even could be with a guide for some of you guys, like a spirit guide. I am noticing that there is some type of an energy distance between these two figures here. Odd, I would say. I'm not sure exactly what to make of that. So perhaps that's what they're talking about, where there's this potential. There's this opportunity to get closer, to speak your truth, to really to really work on the issues that were persistent for you in your life, these patterns, and to completely bring those patterns and cycles to an end. They said something about a hammer and nailing on the head. I don't know why. I think they kind of meant like to nail it on the head to completely get rid of that issue. I don't know what they were getting at exactly. Yeah, and like I said, they're not really talking about your outer world in terms of your circumstances this week. This week, I think a big focus is just going to be only this energy, and then Knight of Swords is here. So the swords, again, is huge for you guys. It is just showing this, yeah, again, like this clarity and also that direction forward. So can we have a little bit more information? What do they need to know this week? Any other advice? Any other thing in their situation, maybe? Anything else that they need to know that will be helpful? Six of Cups. This is like, it's just ridiculously lovey in this this spread. It's kind of funny. This has never happened before. And this is not even a love reading. So Six of Cups is the same thing. You can see that warm energy there. It still feels like a lot of communication. I think of dolphins as, you know, just I think of the intellect, and that is what we're seeing here. We're dealing with two very intellectual people, potentially great communicators when they're channeling and they're in their element. What else here? And it does seem like there is this want for closeness in some type of way, for that warmth energy. Someone might be really thinking of that here. There could be a little bit of a back and forth, though. I don't know where it's coming from. It could be you. It could even be somebody else. But it does kind of feel like this back and forth. I was drawn to the rocking chair here, and I just wonder if somebody is trying to quietly decide something this week. It feels like you're both, if you are dealing with somebody, it does feel like there is this overall energy of being protected. I'm still getting the hint that somebody is kind of hiding their true light or even words or something, which is again ironic because there's a lot of communication, but that's probably what it has to do with, really shining in the light this week, having that opportunity to truly shine the light and to not hold back, to not hide anything. Anything else we need to know for group number one? Advice, messages, guidance this week. And then we have the Knight of Wands. Lots of excitement there, lots of passion, movement forward. A lot of suggestions from someone, like almost like, hey, let's do this, let's try this, let's, you know, think about this. Like a lot of that. Whoop. And then we have the Page of Swords, another sword card. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah. So it just overall, I'm not getting any kind of varying messages here. It's just completely on just this energy or this idea that you're having this week. Yes, again, potentially with another person. The way that this is going to end up is a lot of hard work and focus. It kind of looks like this, I don't even know what this animal is like attacking a problem, but in a good way. In a way where we're focusing and having that mastery and really just being dedicated to the task at hand. Page of Swords, again, same exact communication energy. This time, there's a lot of knowledge that's being channeled and being used towards some type of a shared, possibly shared goal. So again, of course, this depends on your situation, what's going on for you. This could easily be in your personal life or your professional life for you guys. So obviously take what resonates. Any other final advice for them? Anything new that we didn't see here? Just for group one advice for this week. Okay, so not really. I mean, that's pretty much it. We have the Queen of Pentacles. This just looks like you're kind of taking a lot of care to take one step at a time. There's a feeling of security. The only thing I'm still feeling is just that hint of, it's almost hesitation energy. So if that is you, you may want to really think about maybe think about your true feelings about that situation, or even just what you wish to communicate, to really nail down again, that word, that phrase, to really nail down what you wish to communicate. Because once you know how you truly feel or think about something, you're going to really have a much easier time to articulate that, to convey that whole energy stream, which is what we're seeing here. So just please know that you are protected this week, especially. You are supported in this energy, in this task, in these decisions. It does show some potential outcomes, yes, but since it's depending on your situation, I still think that regardless of what happens here, you're going to come out shining. There's going to be this energy where you're very dedicated to the task, and ultimately I see that this would lead towards your success in whatever's going on here. I think that's pretty much it, group one. This almost felt like, like, I don't know, like it just almost felt like predictable. So I hope that this makes sense. Please let me know in the comments if this does resonate, if it ends up resonating, and I hope that it was helpful. It almost feels like it was just like a safe kind of thing. It didn't stray really much away from just this focal point. So yeah, I'd like to know what's going on. But thank you guys. And if you do want a personal reading, like I said in the intro, it's currently still on sale for the holiday. Then the link is in the comments and the description as well. Thank you guys so much. If you're new, you can subscribe, and send you guys blessings, and I will see you next time. Okay, take care. Bye-bye. Hey guys, this is the reading for those of you who chose group number 2, which is pyrite. So let's just actually get an advice card first, and then I'll kind of switch up a little. All right, Spirit, this reading is for group number 2, please. Can we just have one piece of advice for them for this week, please and thank you, pyrite, group 2. For group 2, any advice for this week, any messages? Thank you. Felt a little distracted when I was shuffling. I don't know if that's something relevant to you guys this week. Okay, so we do have the King of Swords. So I do feel that this is just completely your energy. This is a bit of a different vibe than the Rider King of Swords. I actually do feel like there could be a little bit of distraction, but interestingly, you guys I feel like you're really holding on tightly to some type of an idea this week, and there's an overall positive vibe surrounding you. So what they're actually saying as your first message is that you can release your grip a little bit. You don't have to worry so much about whatever it is you're focusing on this week. You are being guided and protected. I'm seeing these little butterfly looking things, you know, as spirit guides almost. Your eyes are very wide and just like super curious and eager to do whatever this thing is, whether this is you taking action or trying to figure something out. You are in your power, even though maybe sometimes you don't quite feel that confident. But, you know, there is a lot of electricity to you. There is this wisdom to you, and this even does feel a little bit like mastery. So again, I don't think that you need to worry so much or to even try so hard. You just have to really be you. That's it. That's all you have to focus on, is just really being that authentic you and in your balance, in your center, which is your most powerful state. Spirit, moving forward, what energies are coming towards group 2, please, this week? Our pyrite group, what energies are coming towards them? It does look as though you're still kind of waiting on something or planting seeds for some type of goal or, again, some type of task. So we'll see kind of how it works out for you just this week, though, because like I said, this could still be waiting on something. But again, there is really, really good potential here with the Page of Pentacles. I think with the Seven of Swords, this really just could be your energy being maybe doubtful, or yeah, just kind of really struggling with a little bit of doubt, because these two sevens here are showing us that something is still hidden, right? There is something still beneath the surface, but with the Page of Pentacles, they're like, no, here it is. This is the coin. This is the thing you've been focusing on. So this is overall a good energy. The only thing that I can see is that, yes, you still might have to wait a little bit for some parts of it to fall into place. But I think that spiritually, consciously, you should still have some type of tangible effect from this week. It could even come to you in the form of just knowing, you know, just like claircognizance or even, I don't know, like in some type of communication, but there is going to be something tangible. Can you tell us a little bit more information? Please, what do they need to know this week? What's coming? This is, I feel like, going to be an interesting week for all of us. The other group, it was kind of a similar vibe. Well, you have the King of Swords again, as you can see. Okay. Yeah, that kind of happened with the other group too. Just again, I think there's collective patterns, like themes, similar themes, because they got 2 matching cards. Yours took longer, but there it is. So the King of Swords again. I do think that you're going to relax a little bit once you have faith and trust within the energy itself. You're no longer going to be gripping so tightly onto whatever it was you're working on, and you're going to have, yeah, it's going to be a better balance and a better relaxed energy. They said maybe even by Thursday-ish, a little bit past the middle of the week, depending. And here with the moon, this is showing a lot of unanswered questions. This is uncertainty. This is anxiety because of uncertainty, right? But like I said, all it's going to take is just your trust within your guides, within divine, within your path, and even within yourself. That is all this is going to take. I know that's tough though, because faith and trust is probably the hardest things, because, you know, we have no reason to believe anything, but I feel like you do. I think you're just trusting your own self, your intuition. What do they need to know this week, please and thank you? What's coming? All right, so there might be a conversation, information regarding the start of something fresh. Now, this fresh thing might actually be next week or just close by. I don't know if it completely comes through this week, but I do think that regardless, there will be information coming in about it. So like, for example, if it's something with work, it could be a completely new project. If it's something at home, it could be just same kind of thing, like a new task or something you're excited about. We have the 9 of Wands over here, and then we have the 8 of Cups. So it does look like you are walking away from some headache, some battle, some type of burnout energy as well. And you're just completely doing away with this. So that does need a little bit of time to unfold. And that's another reason I think that this Ace of Wands is going to extend into the following week. Okay, so what else do we need to know, please? Whoopsie daisy. I don't know what that means. Maybe, I don't know if that was just me or the energy, but let's try the other deck for a moment. Okay, Spirit, what else do they need to know, please? Group 2, pyrite. Thank you. So I mentioned to the other group that I think the Mercury retrograde is happening this week. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I like to talk about that stuff sometimes, because if I feel that, for me, it has affected me a lot. So I want to help warn others, you know, not that it's a bad thing, but just to let them know that it could affect things. So in my case, in the past, it has affected greatly communication, and there's other stuff. I'm sure you guys have heard of it. Just to let you know about that. Again, please let me know if I'm wrong about that. So we have Ace of Pentacles here. So like I said, I mean, I feel like you're going to have a good week. It's just really more in your mind, some of these fears, or, you know, just again, like this hesitation energy. But you can see the happiness here. The Ace of Pentacles typically doesn't have a face attached to it, well, in the Rider deck, but here we see happiness. We see that you're really holding close this vibration of, I worked for this and I received it. It's in my heart. This makes me actually happy in my heart space, versus just in the space of the 3-dimensional or in prosperity. This is something that actually warms your heart. So again, I do feel like this is not quite in the span of just this week. It's nice that we have something to still encourage us though, right? Because it's nice to see what's coming, and that's what your guides felt was important for you to know in this reading, that it is coming. So Ace of Pentacles, you're receiving something. This is a gift from the universe. It does make you feel excited. It does feel like basically the lightening of a burden, because you are walking away from this headache, whatever this headache was. And then you are receiving again that gift, and it feels great. So just be patient for that one. Whether this is a new job opportunity or some type of prosperity, some type of tangible effect in your life. It is coming. Something really nice is coming that's going to make you smile, just like this, okay? What else do we need to know, please? Any other messages, advice, or guidance for group 2? Thank you. I think they said something about trying something new, even if it's something very small that you've never tried out before. They are encouraging you to take one step towards that, even if you can't achieve it this week. So take one, I guess like a 10% effort step towards this new thing. You might want to write that down because they are nudging you. It's not fully in your conscious energy yet, but they did want to encourage you to begin to try to do something new that has been on your to-do list, okay? But this is going to be something that will greatly benefit you, but you just have to you probably have to push yourself a little bit because it's a little bit outside of the scope of what you're used to in terms of the whole thing, energies, thinking. Any other messages? Your energy is feeling like you're really just quite to yourself. I'm not feeling anybody else's energy, even though obviously there is that interaction in some degree, but you're really staying contained within your own bubble this week. I feel like that is going to benefit you. It's very protective. It's very focused. Not to say you won't interact with others or connect, but it just feels very much like you energy, okay? So it just shows that you're really focused, like uber focused on something. Anything else that they need to know this week? Thank you. For group number 2, pyrite. Okay, so we have the 7 of Wands. I feel the number 7 may be significant. I mean, I'm just noticing that there's 3 of them over here. So 7 of Wands and then the Queen of Wands. Oh yeah, it's the same. It's really the same thing here. I just feel that there is this level of contentment. I'm noticing the green scheme here. And the fact that she's holding a star, which typically is shown in, well, there it is again, the pentacle, right? So not only are you going to have some type of prosperity, but it's also going to be a wish that you were, that you were holding in your heart for some time and that you've been fighting for. So it's the same message, essentially. Any other different message, any final messages? What do they need to know this week? Anything coming towards them? Nothing there. Any final message from this? Thank you. Okay, so final cards we have are the King of Pentacles and the Page of Wands. If you happen to know anyone who did choose group 1, I'm going to go back to that. I can't ever not mention if I see a pattern. They got the repeating cards in the beginning. You also got that, and their final card was the Queen of Pentacles and yours is the King of Pentacles, or like one of them. So I am going to mention that. So there could be any information. I don't know if you're also meant to watch that group for yourself, or there's even a relevant message there for you to know in your path. It could give you an idea, something like that. But anyway, just in case, I just wanted to mention that for some of you that could be relevant. So King of Pentacles and Page of Wands. Yeah, nothing really new here. I feel like it's going to be a good week. I feel like it's going to be very productive. Even if, let's say, something does take a little bit longer than you'd like for it to show up, they are telling you and confirming right here that it is coming and that your success, your hard work will be rewarded. So wonderful energy. Just keep going. Have that passion within your heart. And again, you can relax. You don't have to feel that stress, that tension within your actual body. You can just relax and it's all coming together. Okay, so that is what I'm seeing for you guys. You can let me know if this resonated. And if you are new and you found this helpful, feel free to subscribe. This is general, but the personal readings with me are currently on sale, like I said in the intro, for 15% off. So information's below. Thank you guys once again, sending you blessings, and I will see you next time, okay? Take care. Bye-bye. Hey guys, this is the reading for those of you who chose group number 3, which is Amethyst. So let's just get an advice card to begin. Spirit, this reading is for group number 3, please. Amethyst, please and thank you. Spirit, what is the first piece of advice that you have for them? Just one card or so. Amethyst, please. Group 3. What do they need to know this week? Group 3, please. Thank you. Interesting. Nothing's coming out. Let's see. All right. I mean, let's see here. Okay. Quite an interesting depiction here. We have number 20, the Judgment card, okay? I feel this is a very pointed message, the fact that it came through in this deck, because the sun is actually smiling a little bit there, and then if this is meant to represent you, you're on the exact top of the mountain, like the peak of some spiritual mountain, and there is this warm and loving presence that is meeting you. That's a very powerful message, okay? So I feel that this week the focus could be on your spirituality as an overarching kind of a focus. We'll see everything, obviously, but it does kind of feel like you're being called this week towards something. So it's mysterious and powerful at the same time. Spirit, moving forward into this week, what energies are coming towards our Amethyst group, group 3? Please and thank you. What energies are coming? It could be this really intense experience for you spiritually. So whether it's meditation, prayer, nature, there's something I feel very significant there that either you do or it just ends up that way. Wow. Okay. Ace of Pentacles we have, and then the Nine of Swords, and then the Knight of Cups. So if you have been extremely anxious about the movement of your life and whether or not you're going to have prosperity or something tangible, something like abundance in your life, I think that everything is connecting with this. So if that is the case, if you have been really focused on that, just know that that will be answered, in addition to something about your spiritual path in general. I do think that you're going to have to face something this week, whether it's just knowing that you have to release this energy, or it even could be taking an opportunity. So let's see, can you please clarify this? What energies are coming towards them this week? Okay, so we have the 10 of Pentacles, really strong prosperity energy here. Again, another Pentacle, King of Pentacles, and then we have the 9 of Pentacles. Okay, this is really strong, okay? So if you were worried, I do feel, and similar to, I think, a different group, they're trying to encourage you and saying, hey, it might not all show up at once, but there is absolutely no need to worry when it comes to this. So when it comes to whether it's your careers, your actual individual prosperity, or whether it's like the finances, or even something having to do with your freedom and independence, they're trying to tell you, we got your back. Like, look at that sun, it's completely focused on you, shining down upon you, and even I would say probably answering your prayer, a specific prayer or intention or manifestation that you had. They are going to be answering this. I don't know how you guys feel about manifesting. Personally, for me, I try to manifest more of energies and feelings versus specific details, only because I don't know the right answer always. There could be something better that I didn't know about. So that's just sort of why I do that. So if you want to, manifest in that way, it's up to you. But yes, I do feel that there is a specific prayer that is going to be answered for you. And I do feel it has to do with your pentacles, okay? So as you can see, there is success here, and I'm really happy to report this because all three groups so far have received some type of message of this. I feel like the collective is doing much better with their prosperity, with the flow of the prosperity on the earth, maybe something like that. It's really beautiful. There is going to be forward movement. There is going to be more confidence. Again, like receiving more. There's like this abundant, plentiful energy there. Spirit, what energies are coming towards group number 3, amethyst? Thank you. So for you guys, this is a message that hits home for me. It's a big one lately. There might be something, there is something that I feel most of you, if not all of you, still have to completely release. And I have explained this here and there. That energy takes up space, right? Now, as you can see from all of the coins energy and this as well, that this energy is big. I think that's kind of how I even said it before. The energy is big. If we do not have space within our energy, our auras, our hands, our hearts, there's not gonna be much opportunity for something else to come through, right? So what you can see here is that you're moving on and away from some kind of heavy heart energy. This is going to be different for everyone, but it does look like there's something having to do with loss. So loss or even regret, just this inner sorrow. It may have to do with another person. It may have to do with how you see yourself. I do see you moving away from this energy in a very profound way, and that is connected to this. So it may have had to do with prayers that you've already had, intentions, healings that you've already done. This is all coming together, which is what I saw from the beginning, the way it's all coming full circle for you guys. So for some reason, this week and this time of the year is significant for that. It could have to do with your alignment of your individual path or even destiny. So this is big, okay? So any way that you can actively release and let go is encouraged, even if it's just you visualizing you're letting go of the darkness, and you're even calling it for what it is. Like, I release my whatever, X, Y, and Z. Just visualizing it, really doing that energy work and really asking for help with the higher level beings, perhaps. That is what I'm seeing you are doing. And because of that, you're creating space. You're clearing out the closet, okay? You're making space for all of these pentacles to come through, okay? Any other messages? What do they need to know, please, this week? What energies are coming towards them? Thank you, Spirit. Group 3. This, it just looks like you're really fighting for something, but there's a bravery to this too, okay? So you're not giving up. That's just, they're just telling you you're not going to give up. Just in case you were worried that you would give up, you're not going to. You're not going to ever give up on whatever it is you're trying to get. And that's really a great quality, that persistence, that courage, motivation. I feel like you're also going to end up encouraging others too to not give up on their goals, because you probably have met a few people in your life that are maybe that way, just kind of, shying away from their goals because they got discouraged. We also have here the 4 of Cups and then the Strength card. Okay, so this is so you, this lion here. Again, that same thing, courage and passion and persistence, just strength, the strength of you. Now with the 4 of Cups, it does look like something is opening up for you, and it's specifically within the space of your heart. We did already talk about that. You're making space, you're clearing out stuff. You would definitely benefit from clearing of the heart space. One of the other groups, I think, got like a healing message for the heart, but for you, it's just they said clearing. I'm not exactly sure how to do that. Some clearing activities would be, nature, taking a walk in nature, maybe getting it out through talking, journal writing, visualizing, maybe I would say the air element, trying to clear, like literally clear out. Maybe you can use feathers and sage, perhaps. These are just me shooting for some ideas. Anything else that's coming towards them this week that they need to know? Any advice? You can even probably just say, my heart is cleared. Something like that, And then we have the Two of Wands. This is a very bright energy, very optimistic for the future. And you're kind of looking into the future there, and you have a smile on your face as you're doing it. So this is not looking into the future worried, which probably, might be, you might not be used to that. But I do think you're coming up with some sort of a plan and maybe preparing for certain steps. But this is aligning with your intuition. So this is not just the logic part of you. This is actually the whole, like you're doing this with all of yourself, your spirit, your mind, your intuition, like everything. And it is going to work out for you. So whatever it is you're planning for the future, I think again, in this reading is being encouraged. Any final message, advice, or anything for group number 3, please, Amethyst. Thank you, Spirit. That's it. That's the whole thing. The High Priestess is your final card. Again, talking about the very striking power of your intuition and even your plan. Now, for you guys, I feel more than the other groups, I'm feeling a connection to divine or to any guides, ancestors, higher self, anybody. You're very connected and you're in sync. You're aligned with them and the path. If you have not felt like that before, you will begin to. But if you already knew that, it's like the strengthening of that connection, and there's really no worry there. I feel like you were always meant to be that aligned and to be that in sync, and it's only going to benefit you. So what you should be seeing after you have this type of balance and alignment is everything that is going to begin to fall into place. I think for a while, for all of us, there were meant to be blockages. There were meant to be these struggles. This whole year was really about that, and we just cleared all of that. We're starting fresh. And again, it's really working for you. So continue to follow your intuition. There is nothing wrong with your intuition, or there's nothing wrong on your path. It's just that all of this stuff was meant to unfold in this particular way is what I am seeing, okay? So group 3, that's what I have for you. Such a powerful reading. And this does look like a powerful week for so many of us, okay? So yes, remember that this is a general reading. If you'd like a personal reading, the info is below, and it's still currently on holiday sale for 15% off. Thank you guys so much. I do hope that this was helpful. Sending you blessings, and I will see you next time, okay? Take care. Bye-bye. Hey guys, this is the reading for those of you who chose group number 4, Orange Calcite. So let's get into your energy. I'm just going to get an advice card from this deck. Spirit, this reading is for group number 4. Please and thank you. Orange Calcite. Do have an advice card for them as we start off this reading. Spirit, group 4. What is your advice for them just this week? What do they need to know? Thank you. Whoop. Okay, so we have the Strength card. I don't know if this is advice exactly, but it just looks like this is going to be a powerful week for you. That is the theme. So we are, with all of the groups I'm seeing, this I think is a collective energy. It's a very powerful week. I don't know if maybe it is something with the planets. I believe a retrograde is going on this week, but I actually thought it would have an opposite effect. But yes, this is their reminder to you to stay strong in your stance, but you don't have to do that in a way that's effortful. You don't have to strain yourself. You don't have to, feel that sense of anxiety, because this inner strength is just natural to who you are. I think that it probably is within the space of your mind and your heart and your soul. I mean, this is just who you are. So they just wanted to remind you that you have this strength, and that is what you're going to use this week especially. Spirit, moving forward, what energies are coming towards group number 4, Orange Calcite? Thank you. What energies are coming towards them this week? What do they need to know? Group 4. So yes, it does look like there is some type of embarking on something new here for you. Okay, this is an interesting message. I feel like this is going to come to you as a surprise. I think that there is going to be this uplifting burst of energy where all of a sudden something new is happening in your life. They said the number 2, it could happen within the second day of either this week or the second day of whenever you happen to watch this. Yeah, it is going to come out of nowhere. It's going to come just as a surprise. I feel that this is probably the workings of the universe then, if that's the case, because the High Priestess is a highly spiritual card. With the 5 of Cups, it's almost like to say that maybe you didn't believe that anything was going to be different or happen, or You know, maybe you thought that you were at a loss, but this just happens all of a sudden. Can you tell us a little bit more, please? What's going on here with the Fool and everything else? And therefore, you may have to use that courage that we're seeing in the Strength card. Okay, so the Moon, again, it's confirming that something is going to be hidden this week, not in a deceptive way, but a completely unexpected way. It's almost like I feel the communication of your guides or some spiritual forces that are not communicating with you consciously, but there's this psychic 5D communication that's relevant here for this random new thing. Can you tell us a little bit more about what this will be moving forward for group number 4, please? What's going on here? The Hermit. Okay, so we have quite a few major arcana cards here, all here in a row. Very powerful. So you can see again that, like I said in the beginning, this is going to be a very spiritually powerful week for you. So the light is here. There's something here shining with the inner light. So what I am seeing this week, it's probably just a matter of your divine alignment and timing, is that your soul is evolving. I don't know how you feel about that idea. Maybe you've been working on it for a long time. Maybe you even had some doubts about that. But that's what's happening for you this week. Your soul is expanding and evolving. And I guess that's kind of a hard thing to really notice, because it's like, how do we know if our soul has evolved? Is it something that we notice consciously, right? So I think in time it will click with you consciously and you're going to run differently. Almost like, you know, I often talk about computer updates and it just runs better and faster. You're going to notice that about yourself, whether it's this week for sure, or it's going to just extend into the following weeks. But you're going to notice this about yourself. All of a sudden, you know, you're making decisions with more clarity. You're able to move better within your energy system. You're more open to things, more motivated, stuff like that. But what's going on this week in their outer worlds? Anything specific coming towards them, Spirit? What do we need to know? The 5 of Swords. The Magician and the 8 of Swords. So I feel like this might be talking about your current set of circumstances where you may have had to separate yourself from some type of conflict, either with your situation or maybe even with other people. I do feel that there was something that felt restrictive towards you. Maybe here, I don't know if there was a little bit of a history of having like, it was almost like pridefulness coming through. I'm not sure if that's you or someone in your situation. But ultimately, I see separating from that energy. Can you tell us a little bit more about what's coming towards them this week? Yeah, overall, it does show a separation from some type of conflict, and what you're doing is you are making things work completely just for you. I think that that is the focus. You're refocusing on just your own self, your path, your goals, your happiness. Some of you might even feel weird about doing that, but that is what I think needed to happen. Because over here, if you're stuck in this situation with these people or whatever's going on here, there's continued struggle, but you removed yourself from that, and that might even be what the Hermit card is talking about. When you do this, you do separate yourself, and you do find some feelings of happiness or positivity or anything, just because there's a feeling of freedom there. So what else do we need to know, please, for group 4 this week? Okay, so we have the 2 of Pentacles. And then we have Judgment. Yeah, I mean, they are talking about making a choice. This week is going to be really important with making this deeper spiritual choice to evolve. So you are going to be presented with that. That's tricky. So let me think. Okay. So let's see. This week you might Okay, I think I understand what they're getting at here. Here it is. It's this one. This week, you might have an opportunity to act with some sort of ego-based energy. So whether it's like being prideful or kind of snarky or negative in some way, or you're going to have an opportunity to not react with that and instead to react with something more, a little bit more loving. So whether it's just like your wisdom or just separating yourself in your own spirit, protecting your energy. So for example, if there's someone you're angry at or a situation that makes you feel bitter or even like you want to get, not like revenge exactly, but there's some negative energy here. I think this is going to be a test for you. Okay. And I think we can all relate to that because like there's those types of tests all the time. You have to choose carefully here because what you do choose with this situation is going to be reflective of the success moving forward in terms of your energy, because it's almost like this is going to contaminate you if you choose more negativity. But they're saying that if you step away from that, even if you feel like it's a little bit of a struggle or even a loss to you, you're going to, at the end, you're going to come up more blessed and like with a higher energy because it's going to be spiritually fulfilling. Okay, okay, sorry. It's going to be more spiritually fulfilling to you. And it's going to also affect your external circumstances too. It's going to ultimately give you more prosperity. So this is the almost like a long-term message here. With the Strength card, that lion, I talked about courage. It is tricky. It's almost like the King of Wands, where there is in a shadowy day the opportunity to be, again, like prideful or like full of one's self is kind of what they said there. So just look at that. I don't know if that's something you've struggled with before, or it's not even necessarily only your energy. Could be somebody else too. Just be aware. Any other final messages, advice, guidance? What do they need to know? The Ten of Wands, yeah. So they are trying to warn you here that there could be a burden. And I do think that this energy that I was feeling is burdensome. So because like I said, it's very, it could potentially be negative if it just gives you that bitterness feeling or angry feeling. I'm not feeling anger. I feel like if anything, it was more like a bitter, they said snarky, I don't know, like a bitterness energy. And it doesn't do good things for any of us. It puts us just like in that shadow. It takes us away from that loving connection. It kind of dims our light. So I don't know how you feel about this whole thing, but that is the choice that they're going to show you this week. Even if, well, whatever choice you end up making, I think that what will be clear at the end is sort of the way that energy is going to affect you. You're going to see the way that this energy is going to affect you now and actually probably for the rest of your life. What else do we need to know? What's coming towards them this week? Okay, so we have the Four of Wands and then we have the Two of Swords. Yeah, I can see it here as well. It does feel still like this energy of like, what do I do? Do I look out only for myself? And like, a couple of times in this reading, they use the word selfish. I don't think that's, like, I don't know who they're talking about here, but they said something like, maybe you fear that you're selfish, or maybe the ego energy makes you get into that energy. I don't know. It could even be somebody else's energy. But with the Two of Swords, we see typically it's like this blockage that I see, but here it feels more of, again, like an indecision energy. So any final messages, any final advice, guidance? It could be that like you or someone else, there's like a mirroring going on as well, in terms of that bitterness, whatever energy. I think that could be a concern here within your soul journey. So be careful, because what you really are in your soul is, I think, actually the Hermit, where there is this wisdom, there is this old soul energy. So I feel like that's who you really are. And maybe some of this other stuff, the burdensome thing, is what you're meant to overcome. Any final message for group number 4 this week? What's coming? Okay, so that's your final message. We have the Sun, the Two of Wands. Did we see that before? 4, no, the 2 of Wands, and then the King of Cups. This is you. I feel strongly that you will achieve this type of real happiness, the type of joy that comes from, it's almost like this purified energy. Like you're not being, again, they said contaminated or like held down by some of this negative energy. Ultimately, you'll get to this place of this higher vibration, especially, you know, your future is looking bright. Here, you're very emotionally balanced and just very in sync with your own intuition and psychic ability. This week is a little mysterious for you guys, but that's probably just because, like I said, this is more about your spiritual growth this week. It's just going to click, and it's going to continue to powerfully click as you move forward. Okay, so that is what I'm seeing for you guys. Please let me know if this resonated. Quite interesting reading. And if you want a personal one, I mentioned in the intro, they're still on holiday sale. The info is below. Thank you guys so much. Sending you blessings. Have a great week, and I will see you next time, okay? Take care. Bye-bye.